Hello, my name is Doug Leisure. I wanted to record this video to show you how you would start a new year since we're getting close to the end of 2023. The steps I'm going to show you are applicable to the 2022, 2023, and the new 2024 versions. They'll all use the same steps. Okay, so what we want to do first of all is take a look at the information that we have so far. If we look at the reports, we'll see that we have donations in year 2023. Yes, I'm missing some data because this is just sample data, but you'll have data January through December. And what you need to understand is that as you get towards the end of the year, once the year closes at the last day of the year, you're probably going to be spending the next couple of days or even the next couple of weeks just simply making sure that everything has been finalized. We have all of our donations in, everything is correctly recorded, and at that point, once you have everything completed, you'll print your reports and your annual donor receipts. So printing your final report of the year, option number 5, and option number 6 to then print all of your receipts for your donors. So it's just that simple for you to print the stuff. Even though you're into the new year, leave the parameter at 2023 until you've printed your final receipts and reports. Think of this really as not the year that I'm entering, but rather the reporting year. I'm reporting on year 2023. I'm creating receipts for year 2023. So stating that a slightly different way so you're clear and understand, when I get to the end of the year, I leave this at 2023. However, on January 7th, when it's time for us to do our first donation for 2024, just do it on the 7th, or the day after, of course, but go ahead, and even though the parameter says 2023, it does not stop you from doing your donations for January 7th of 2024. And if you need some more time, January 14th of 2024. Just keep doing your entry. And all it's really going to do is just take your January 7th, January 14th, January 21 donations and just simply add them to the bottom of the annual tab, which is where all of the data goes. So again, when you get to the end of the year and you get to your first week in January, go ahead and just record it like you normally would, even though the parameter is set for 2023. Then when you've finalized everything, print your final reports for the year and your donor receipts for all of your donors. And then at that point, go ahead and change this to 2024. And then from this point forward, it's going to now be reporting on data for year 2024. So that it's just that simple to start the new year. All right, I'm going to talk about one other small subject, and that is once we get to the end of the year and you've printed everything, your reports, your receipts, you can consider, depending on how much data you have over here in the annual tab. If we have here we only have 70 some records or rows, not very much, but as you get more and more years of data in here, you might get thousands of rows, and you might want to consider doing some cleanup steps. So I just want to go ahead and just take a couple of minutes to walk through the cleanup process. So basically, what we're going to do is we want to replace old data with just the information we have for our annual totals. The best place to get it is right here from the 5-year report. Okay, so basically at the end of 2023, we will have we'll have annual totals from year 2021, 2022, and 2023. Now, this is just me, but I probably would be inclined to keep the 2023 details around but then collapse 2021 and 2022, just because it's my nature to keep lots of older stuff around. In fact, the first thing I would probably do, oops, sorry, we do need to close this down. And the first thing I would probably do is make another folder here, because I like to keep things in separate folders. So a new folder, and this will be our backup from 2023. So the folder name tells us what's in there, and if I just copy our file into there, now I have a backup of everything that took place in year 2023 and any historical data, so that as I change this, I still have a backup, a copy of what it was at the end of 2023. Now we can come back here and we can do that, the cleanup. So let's go ahead and just cancel out of there. And what we will want to do is go to the annual tab. We are going to come here in the middle, but before we can make any changes, remember this tab is protected, so we need to do a review, unprotect. Now we're allowed to make changes. The first change I want to make, data sort, and let's sort it by the date, oldest to newest, so the oldest stuff will be on top. And I'm doing this since the software doesn't care if you do your entry in order or out of order. It doesn't really care. I thought it would make sense for us to force it back into a date order. And so what we're going to basically do is we want to delete all of the 2021 and 2022 data. But first I want to get some totals in here. So we'll come over here. We're leaving 2023 in detail, so we don't need that. But we will need these totals. And I'm going to do it in two chunks. I'm going to get, because there's a big gap between benevolence and specials, all of our optional and hidden columns that we're not using in this for our church here, because we only use these 4 categories. So there's hidden columns in there. So I'm going to do it in 2 parts. I'm going to take the general missions, building and benevolence, those 4 columns first. Come back here to our annual, and we're going to paste it right in here. Okay, and then we'll go get the specials again from the 5-year. And remember, it's 2022 followed by 2021. Okay, so these first 2 rows are really going to be our 2022 and our 2021 totals. So for the date, let's just simply use the very last day of the year. So it's 12/31 of 2022 and 12/31 of 2021. And instead of a name, let's just put in annual totals. Okay, so basically all of the data from 2021 and 2022 has been collapsed down to these 2 rows. And we don't need any of this stuff over here. And then all of this stuff is no longer needed. So all of 2021, all of 2022, right click and delete it. Okay, if you wanted to do the same thing to year 2023, we would just do the same thing. We'd come back here to the 5-year and then just take our 2023 totals back over, put it in this row, and then delete all of the 2023 stuff. So it's kind of, up to you if you want to wipe it all out and just replace it with just the annual amounts, the annual totals. It's up to you if you want to leave some detail in here, just so you have an easy reference. Your choice. Neither one is right or wrong which way you do it, especially since we kept an entire copy of this back here as it was with all of the detail. So do you really need the detail here and here? That's that's fully up to you. But anyhow, those are the things I wanted to cover today. How to start a brand new year in the version 2022, 2023, and the new 2024. Just that simple to start a new year. Secondarily, at some point you're going to want to do some cleanup, remove some of the old data, and you do that by collapsing it down to the annual totals, just like I showed you here. All right, those are the things I wanted to cover today. Thank you.